What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Neeks Sports. This is your match preview for Manchester United versus LASK in the Europa League last 16 second leg. Yes, the season is still going on. It's been a long season. And there's still one more competition to go. Potentially 4 more games before the end of the season. And as far as I'm concerned, hopefully 4 more games between now and the end of the season. 5-0 up from the first leg. It's done. It's done. There's no point trying to do if, buts or maybes. We're through to the next round. We're through to the quarterfinals, where we will play either Copenhagen or Istanbul Besiktas. In the other quarterfinal on our side, a draw is Roma, Sevilla, Wolves, Olympiacos, and we could play either one of those in the semis, and again we could possibly play Inter Milan or Bayer Leverkusen, you would suspect, in the final if we were to get there. 3 games all in Germany, 1 game, the second leg of this tie at Old Trafford. We're through to the next round. The question is, how hard do we go? How hard do we push for this Europa League? You know, the final of the Europa League is on the 21st, I believe, 21st of August, which gives us about 2 weeks between then and the start of the season, 2.5 weeks max. It's not a lot of time considering the massive workload we had at the end of the season, especially because Solskjaer was playing his first team pretty much throughout because he just doesn't trust the depth. And rightly so, the depth have not proved to be good enough this season. I mean, I'd argue that the depth should be good enough to at least get us to the semi-finals, to beat Istanbul, of course, being 5-0 up, and to beat Copenhagen or Istanbul in the next round. To beat LASK from 5-0 up, did I say? But then when we get to the semis against, again, Roma, Sevilla, or Wolves, I think we're going to have to go strong, and we'll have to go strong in the final again. It's a European competition. Yes, it's a second-tier European competition, one that we're not really supposed to be playing in if we're talking about Man United as a brand, as a club, but one where we are there because of how bad we've been for the last few years. And we've actually played this competition a lot more recently than we really ought to. Back on the Fergie, 2006, I think it was, or 2005, where we got knocked out of the group stages and ended up playing in... we didn't get knocked out of the group. We got knocked out of group stages and didn't go into Europe at all. 2012, we got knocked out of group stages, went into the Europa League, and after that, it just became too regular. First season under Moyes, finished 7th, didn't even qualify for Europe. Next season under Van Gaal, got back in the Champions League. Season after that, finished 5th, Europa League. Season after that, won the Europa League, got back in the Champions League. And season after that, finished outside and we're in the Europa League again. So it ain't been great. We ain't been consistently Champions League since Fergie's gone, and we need to get back to that status quo to say, yeah, we're guaranteed Champions League football every year. That's the bare minimum. We don't even think. We didn't think about it. We didn't think about not being a Champions League. That's just normal. The only question is, can we win it? Yes or no? Can we win it? Not, are we going to be in it? But that's where we are right now. But for me, it's a European competition. We have to go out to win it. But we don't want to obviously risk any major injuries before the start of the season. It's a very, very important, very big season. And we're going to need some signings as well to strengthen the depth that we currently have, because at the moment, Solskjaer's having to play his best team because the depth isn't good enough. In terms of this team, in terms of this leg, the second leg of this game, I would change the whole team. If we can possibly change the whole squad. I don't know, I think there might be 9 subs on the bench with the new regulations, water breaks and all that kind of stuff. So possibly we'll have some senior guys on the bench, but I wouldn't want to call on them, really. I wouldn't want to call on any of them. Complete rest before they fly out to Germany for the mini tournament, you might say. So I'll go Romero in goal, Dallo, Brandon Williams as the fullback. I'm not sure what Luke Shaw's injury status is actually, because if he's still out, then maybe you have to go for Mensah at fullback, because Brandon Williams would therefore be your first choice going forward. But I'm not sure of his injury status. Bailly. Maguire can't start. Maguire's played too many games this season. Possibly Bailly and Lindelof. I wouldn't even bring back Jones. I don't think Jones is fit, but I wouldn't bring him back anyway. I mean, but to be fair, if he was fit, I would bring him back. I'm not going to lie. If he was fit, I would bring him back. We do have Ethan Laird. He can play fullback as well. So maybe you'd go Ethan Laird at fullback and possibly Timothy Fosu-Mensah and Bailly centre-back. I think that would be good, actually. So Ethan Laird on the right, Dallo on the left. If Luke Shaw isn't fit, then I'll keep Brandon Williams out. Then Fosu-Mensah and Bailly as the centre-backs. In midfield, McTominay, Fred, Lingard, Pereira, Mata. No. James, probably James. Yeah, Dan James on the left. Lingard possibly on the right. Mata or Pereira in the number 10, either one. I mean, it depends who Solskjaer has a future with. Like, is he thinking that Lingard, Pereira, and all Mata will be leaving? If any of those are Solskjaer planning on getting rid of, that one has to start on the bench. If he's planning on keeping two of them, those two start on the pitch. But I mean, between the three of them, much ado about nothing, to be honest. I think they both give you or not give you equally amount in the game, and of course, Igalo up front. And bring through from some of the youth as well on the bench, possibly some of them even starting again. If you're not seeing either of those, Mata, Lingard or Pereira, in the squad next season, then start Taif Chong, start James Garner. Why not? We're at home, we're 5-0 up. You know we don't want to lose, so you're not going to go all under 18s, for example. But I think even with, 2 or 3 youngsters in the team, as I said, Laird, Gardner, Taif Chong, it's going to be enough. It's going to be enough to win. And if it's not, then we've got real problems, serious problems, and a massive, massive transfer window ahead of us. So, yeah, change the whole team in this game. I would say once we get through to the next round, whether we're playing Copenhagen or we're playing Istanbul, I'll go half-half, so half strong, half rotation. And then from the semi-finals onwards, if we get there, we go all out for the competition. It's 2 games, 90 minutes if we do the job in both, 90 minutes, 180 minutes in total. Win a European trophy, end the season on the highest possible high, going into next season. We put ourselves as first seeds going to the Champions League as well. That would be big in terms of group selection, which group we're going to end up in, who our opponents will be, and give us the best chance to go further in the Champions League. But more importantly is win the trophy. Solskjaer win a first trophy would do wonders for him, do wonders for the club and the young players coming through, getting that taste of success. Winning is a habit, and it's one that you want to get as early as possible and one that you want to stick to. So, yeah, do what we can to win the Europa League. Of course, it's not the priority in terms of at the start of the season. However, right now, it's the only competition we're in. The next game is always the most important. Dispatch of LASK and see how far we can get in the Europa League. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you soon.